Have you ever felt like certain people in your life are suddenly drifting away? Maybe a friend stops calling, a relationship falls apart, or a group you once felt comfortable with starts to exclude you. It can feel confusing, even painful. You might wonder, what did I do wrong? Why is this happening to me? But what if I told you that this is not a loss, but a blessing? Sometimes when we don't realize the danger ahead, Allah protects us in ways we cannot see. He removes people from our lives not to hurt us, but to save us. He sees what we do not see. He knows what is hidden in people's hearts, their true intentions, and the harm they could bring us. And so, when He pulls us away from bad company, it is not rejection. It is divine protection. This is not always easy to accept. As humans, we form attachments. We hold on to relationships because of memories, comfort, or even fear of being alone. But Allah knows who belongs in our lives and who does not. He does not remove someone unless there is a reason, a wisdom, a hidden mercy behind it. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "A man is upon the religion of his friend, so let one of you look at whom he befriends. The people around us influence our faith, our mindset, and our future. The wrong company can slowly corrupt our hearts, weaken our connection with Allah, and lead us into sin without us even realizing it. This is why Allah steps in. He clears the path for us, even when we don't understand it. In this video, we will discuss 5 clear signs that Allah is protecting you from bad company. If you've ever felt the pain of losing certain friendships or relationships, this will help you see things from a new perspective. So stay with me until the end. And if you find this video beneficial, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, Deen Explorers. Let's explore the hidden ways Allah protects us from those who are not meant to be in our lives. 1. People start leaving you without a reason. Life is a journey filled with countless encounters. Some people stay, while others leave, often without an explanation. You may have had a friend, someone you trusted and cherished, suddenly walk away from your life. At first, it hurt. You wonder what went wrong, what you did to push them away. But what if I told you that this is not a loss, but rather a divine protection? What if the departure of that person was Allah's way of shielding you from unseen harm? Allah, in His infinite wisdom, sees what we cannot see. We often get attached to people based on the limited knowledge we have. We see their kindness, their companionship, and their support, but we do not see their hidden intentions, their future actions, or how they might influence our soul in the long run. Sometimes, a friend who smiles in front of you may not truly wish the best for you. They may harbor jealousy, negative energy, or even bad habits that slowly push you away from the straight path. Allah removes such people before they can cause damage that we are unable to perceive. Think about it. Have you ever experienced losing someone and later realizing that they were not truly a friend? Perhaps they engaged in gossip, encouraged sin, or made you feel unworthy. Perhaps they led you to situations that compromise your values. At the time of their departure, it was painful, but later you felt lighter, more peaceful, and more in control of your faith. That is how Allah works. He protects you in ways you may not understand at first. Sometimes, Allah takes away people because you have prayed for something better. You may have asked for peace, guidance, and strong faith. Allah knows that to grant you these things, He must remove those who block your path. You may not have realized it, but some relationships prevent your growth. Certain friendships keep you in cycles of laziness, sin, and distraction. When Allah removes these people, He is answering your prayers. You might feel lonely at first, but soon you'll see new doors opening, new friendships forming, people who uplift you instead of draining you. Imagine a child holding a toy that is harmful, and the mother takes it away. The child cries because they do not understand, but the mother knows that the toy is dangerous. Similarly, when we lose people we love, we may feel heartbroken, but Allah, the most merciful, never takes something away without giving something better in return. He removes bad company so he can replace them with righteous, genuine friends, those who love you for the sake of Allah, those who remind you of prayer, those who bring you closer to Jannah. Fighting is enjoined upon you, while it is hard on you. It could be that you dislike something when it is good for you, and it could be that you like something when it is bad for you. Allah knows, and you do not know. Trust in this wisdom. If someone leaves without a reason, let them go. Do not chase what Allah is removing from your life. Instead, believe that He is guiding you to something far greater. The pain of losing someone today will be replaced with relief, understanding, and gratitude tomorrow. Just have patience, and soon you will see why it all happened the way it did. 2. You feel uncomfortable around certain people. Have you ever been in a room full of people, yet felt completely out of place? Have you ever been around friends or colleagues but sensed a strange discomfort in your heart? If so, this may not be just your imagination. It could be Allah's way of warning you. Sometimes, He places an uneasy feeling inside us to let us know that certain people are not meant to be in our lives. When Allah loves you, He protects you from harm, even the kind of harm you don't see. Bad company doesn't always come in the form of open enemies. Sometimes it comes in the form of so-called friends who slowly pull you away from your faith. At first, they may seem kind and fun. They may talk nicely, support you, and make you feel included. But deep down, their influence is toxic. Maybe they gossip often, criticize others, or waste time in meaningless activities. Maybe they make fun of your efforts to pray, or they encourage habits that weaken your connection with Allah. Even without knowing why, you start feeling uneasy around them. You feel like you don't belong. This is a divine sign. Allah protects His believers by creating barriers between them and those who can harm their soul. That's why you sometimes feel uncomfortable around certain people, even when everything seems fine on the surface. This is not a weakness. This is not your fault. This is guidance. That discomfort in your heart is Allah pulling you away from something that could damage your faith. Think about it. If you had a glass of pure water, would you allow someone to drop even one tiny drop of poison into it? Of course not. Even if the poison was small and invisible, you would refuse to drink it because you know it could harm you. In the same way, bad company is like invisible poison. Even if they don't openly harm you, their influence affects your heart, your thoughts, and your actions. Slowly, without even realizing it, you may start to compromise your beliefs. You may become less mindful of your prayers, more careless with your words, and more distracted from your purpose. This is why Allah sends you warning signs through your emotions. If you ever feel uncomfortable around someone, even when you can't explain why, listen to your heart. It may be Allah protecting you from future pain. Sometimes, we ignore these feelings because we don't want to lose friendships or seem rude. But think of this. How many times have you stayed in a friendship that made you feel uneasy, only to realize later that they were never sincere? How many times have you ignored your gut feeling, only to end up hurt or betrayed? Keep yourself content with those who call their Lord morning and evening, seeking His pleasure, and let not your eyes overlook them, seeking the splendor of the worldly life. And do not obey the one whose heart we have made heedless of our remembrance, and who has followed his desire, and whose behavior has exceeded the limits. We should choose friends who remind us of Allah, and stay away from those who lead us toward the wrong path. If you feel uneasy around someone, don't force yourself to stay. Instead, seek the company of those who bring you peace, sincerity, and encouragement in faith. Allah will always replace bad company with something better if you trust Him. 3. Your dua for guidance are answered. There are moments in life when you raise your hands in the middle of the night, whispering your worries to Allah. You ask Him to guide you, to protect you from harm, and to surround you with good people. You may not see the answer immediately, but then something strange starts happening.
People begin to distance themselves. Friendships that once felt strong start to fade. You may even feel abandoned. But what if this is not rejection, but protection? When you sincerely ask Allah for guidance, He answers in ways you may not expect. Sometimes He removes people from your life because they are standing between you and the path you are meant to walk. These may be people who would eventually betray you, distract you from your goals, or lead you into sin. You may not realize it now, but Allah sees what you cannot see. He knows the hearts of people, their hidden intentions, and the effects they could have on your future. So, when He takes them away, He is answering your dua in the most merciful way. Think about the times you have prayed for strength, wisdom, or success. What if the people around you were the reason you were not growing? What if their influence was holding you back? Allah removes obstacles before they can harm you.
He knows that for you to become the best version of yourself, certain people cannot remain in your life. It is like a tree that needs pruning. Sometimes unhealthy branches must be cut away for the tree to grow taller and stronger. At first, you might feel confused. You may ask, why did they leave? Why is Allah taking away the people I care about? But as time passes, you begin to see the wisdom behind it. Maybe their departure led you to new friendships that bring peace instead of stress. Maybe you found yourself focusing more on your faith, your goals, and your self-improvement. Maybe you discovered the true faces of those you once trusted. All of this is Allah, guiding you toward what is best for you. Allah always answers, but in His perfect timing. Just because we do not see an immediate result does not mean our prayers were ignored. Sometimes the best response is removing something from our lives before it can harm us. When my servants ask you about me, then tell them that I am near. I respond to the call of one when he prays to me, so they should respond to me and have faith in me, so that they may be on the right path. Allah listens to every prayer. If you have ever prayed for guidance and then experienced a sudden shift in your relationships, trust the process. Allah is clearing the path for you, even if it feels difficult at first. He is removing distractions so that you can walk toward the light. Instead of mourning lost friendships, be grateful. Thank Allah for saving you from hidden harm. Trust that He is replacing the wrong people with better companions, those who will support your faith, bring positivity into your life, and help you grow. Your dua was never ignored. It was answered in the best possible way. 4. You start seeing the true colors of people. There comes a moment in life when people reveal who they truly are. Someone you once trusted starts acting differently. A friend who used to be kind becomes distant. Someone who supported you suddenly turns cold. You begin to see their real nature, and at first, it's painful. You ask yourself, was I wrong about them? Were they always like this? But what if this is not a mistake, but rather Allah opening your eyes? One of the ways Allah protects you from bad company is by removing the blindfold from your heart. He allows you to see the truth about people, not to hurt you, but to free you. He shows you who they really are before they can cause greater harm. You may feel disappointed, but this is a blessing in disguise. Imagine if you never discovered their true intentions. Imagine if you kept trusting them, relying on them, and sharing your secrets with them, only to be betrayed later. Allah exposes people at the right time so you can step away before it's too late. Have you ever experienced this? Someone who once laughed with you suddenly starts speaking against you. A person you helped during their tough times disappears when you need them. A so-called friend becomes jealous of your success instead of celebrating with you. These are not accidents. These are divine signs showing you who truly deserves a place in your life. Sometimes we hold on to people because of history, not loyalty. Just because someone has been in your life for years does not mean they deserve to stay. Longevity does not equal sincerity. A true friend will remain consistent in good and bad times, but someone who is only around for benefits will eventually show their real face. Allah helps you see this, so you don't waste your time on the wrong people. If Allah shows you that someone's heart is filled with deception, backbiting, or envy, it is a sign to walk away. Staying in their company can corrupt your soul. Their negativity can affect your peace. That's why Allah reveals the truth at the perfect time, to protect you. Do not argue on behalf of those who betray themselves. Surely, Allah does not like anyone who is a sinful betrayer. Deception is not hidden from Allah. He knows who is genuine and who is not. When He exposes someone's dishonesty or harmful nature, take it as a warning. Do not ignore it. Do not try to change them. Instead, distance yourself and trust that Allah will bring better people into your life. Seeing the true colors of people is a painful but necessary process. It saves you from trusting the wrong hands. It prevents you from building your life around people who don't deserve it. It makes room for better, more sincere relationships. So, if Allah is showing you the reality of someone, don't be sad. Be grateful. He is protecting you from something you cannot yet understand. 5. You find peace. After losing certain people. Losing people can be painful. When someone you once cared about leaves your life, it can feel like a piece of your heart is missing. You might replay memories in your mind, wondering what went wrong. But have you ever noticed that after some time you feel lighter? That sadness starts to fade, and in its place there is peace. If this has happened to you, it is not a coincidence. It is Allah's protection. Sometimes we hold on to people who are not meant for us. We stay in friendships that drain us, relationships that make us anxious, and company that weakens our faith. We ignore red flags because we fear being alone. But Allah knows what we cannot see. He knows when a person is harmful to our heart, our mind, and our soul. And so when we do not have the strength to walk away, He removes them for us. At first it feels like a loss, but over time, something beautiful happens. You feel at peace. You realize that the constant stress, the hidden tension, the doubts you had in that relationship, they are gone. You no longer feel the need to explain yourself, to prove your worth, or to chase after people who don't value you. This is a sign that Allah was protecting you all along. Think of it this way. If you were carrying a heavy bag on your shoulders for years, you might have gotten used to the weight. It may have felt normal, but the moment someone takes that bag away, you feel relief. You feel free. This is exactly what happens when Allah removes bad company from your life. You may have been carrying toxic friendships, false relationships, and unhealthy attachments without even realizing it. And when Allah takes them away, He gives you something much greater, inner peace. When we let go and trust Allah, He takes care of us in ways we never imagined. If someone has left your life and you are now feeling calmer, more focused, and closer to your faith, take this as a sign Allah has protected you. If Allah has removed someone from your life and you now feel more peaceful, more connected to Him, and more secure in yourself, this is proof that He was protecting you from something you could not see. Do not mourn over people who left. Instead, thank Allah for those who stayed, the ones who bring sincerity, kindness, and faith into your life. Trust that Allah will always replace what you lost with something better. What is taken away is never greater than what Allah is preparing for you. Have patience, have faith, and watch how Allah fills your life with true blessings. Life is a journey, and along the way, people will come and go. Some will stay as blessings, while others will leave as lessons. But remember this: if Allah removes someone from your life, He is protecting you. Allah knows who belongs in your life and who doesn't. Trust Him. He will replace every loss with something better. He will surround you with people who bring you closer to Him, who uplift your soul, and who truly value you. Have patience, make dua, and let go of what Allah has removed. If this video has helped you see things differently, please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, Deen Xplorers. Your support helps spread knowledge and bring more people closer to Allah's wisdom. May Allah protect us all from bad company and guide us toward those who bring light into our lives.